we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and widely recognized half dollars ever struck by the U.S. Mint, the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy Half Dollar with the D Mint mark. If you're a collector, you already know this coin has a story that's more than just nickel and copper. It's a symbol of American pride, minted in celebration of the nation's 200th birthday. Let's start with what makes this coin so immediately eye-catching, the dual date, 1776 to 1976. This isn't just a numerical range. It marks a powerful tribute to 2 centuries of American independence, and the U.S. Mint wanted this milestone to be unforgettable. To commemorate the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the Mint struck special designs for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins in 1975 and 1976. Interestingly, despite the 2-year mintage period, all bicentennial half dollars bear the same dual date. No coins from these years carry a single-year inscription like 1975 or 1976 alone. That's already a unique twist that sets the stage for collector intrigue. Now, the Kennedy Half Dollar series began in 1964, shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Designed to honor the legacy of the 35th president, this half dollar replaced the Franklin half, which had been in circulation since 1948. The obverse of the coin, designed by Gilroy Roberts, features the left-facing profile of President Kennedy. It's a bold, youthful depiction, radiating hope and leadership. For the bicentennial edition, this obverse remained unchanged, staying true to the spirit of the original Kennedy tribute. But the reverse, that's where things get interesting. For the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial edition, the U.S. Mint opened a national design competition. The winning reverse design was created by Seth G. Huntington. Instead of the traditional presidential seal, this special issue features Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the cradle of American democracy. Above the image is the inscription, United States of America, while just below it, you'll find 200 years of freedom. The denomination is written as half dollar, and between the historic hall and the denomination sits the ever-important motto, E Pluribus Unum. It's a powerful layout, tying together America's birth with its enduring ideals. Now, let's talk about that mint mark, D, which tells us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint was one of 3 facilities to strike the bicentennial Kennedy half dollar. The others were Philadelphia, which, at the time, didn't use a mint mark, and San Francisco, which struck both clad and 40% silver collector versions. The coin we're focusing on today, however, is the clad version from Denver, intended for circulation, but many examples, especially in high grades, were carefully preserved by collectors and never actually saw pocket change. Speaking of grades, condition plays a huge role in this coin's appeal and value. A well-circulated example of the 1776-1976 D bicentennial half dollar might fetch only its face value, 50 cents. But in uncirculated condition, particularly in MS65 or higher, its worth increases significantly. In brilliant, uncirculated condition with full luster and minimal contact marks, these coins can sell for between $10 to $25, sometimes even higher depending on market trends and demand. And here's a collector tip. Look for examples with strong, well-struck details on Independence Hall and Kennedy's hair. These are key markers of quality strikes from the Denver Mint. But the story doesn't end there. Errors and varieties are where things get especially exciting. Some known errors for this coin include off-center strikes, double die obverse, though rare, and weak strikes where the details of Independence Hall appear mushy or incomplete. These errors don't just make the coin quirky, they can significantly boost its value. A double die obverse with dramatic doubling in the word Liberty or Kennedy's profile can command hundreds of dollars depending on the clarity of the error and overall condition. Now let's touch on the mintage numbers, because they help us understand the coin's relative availability. In total, the Denver Mint struck over 287 million of these bicentennial half dollars, specifically, 287,565,248. That's a massive number. But remember, many of these were hoarded by the public and collectors, especially because of the historic dual date and patriotic theme. As a result, while these coins are not exactly rare in circulated condition, finding one in pristine condition, especially with beautiful, natural toning or a high mint state grade, is far less common. That brings us to the heart of collector interest. The Bicentennial Kennedy Half Dollar has remained a gateway coin for countless new numismatists. It's often one of the first coins that young collectors are drawn to, not just because of its design, but because of its tangible connection to American history. Owning a coin that commemorates the nation's 200th birthday, something so pivotal, feels like holding a small piece of patriotic celebration. The coin becomes more than currency, it becomes a story, a lesson, and a legacy. Market-wise, while demand has somewhat stabilized over the years, the 1976 D half dollar continues to enjoy solid interest, especially when offered in certified condition by grading services like PCGS or NGC. Coins graded MS66 or higher are particularly desirable. Even more so are examples with a special, satin finish, or those found in original mint sets from 1976, which tend to preserve the coin's original surfaces much better than pieces left unprotected. Now, let's take a quick moment to address a misconception. Many people believe this coin is silver simply because it's old or commemorative. The clad version from the Denver Mint, our focus today, is not silver. It consists of an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to an inner core of pure copper. However, San Francisco did strike 40% silver versions for collectors, so if you've ever wondered whether your bicentennial half is silver, check for an S mint mark and test the coin's edge. If you see a solid silver-gray edge without a visible copper stripe, it could be one of the silver-clad issues. So where does all this leave us? The 1976 D Kennedy Half Dollar, in great condition, stands as one of the most emblematic coins in modern U.S. history. It's affordable for new collectors, meaningful for history buffs, and detailed enough to fascinate seasoned numismatists. Whether you're chasing errors, seeking out high-grade examples, or just captivated by the patriotic spirit, this coin delivers value beyond its face. And in a world of ever-changing numismatic trends, that kind of enduring relevance is rare. If you've got one of these coins tucked away, maybe in a drawer or an old coin folder, it's worth giving it a second look. Who knows, you might just be holding on to a piece of American legacy that's worth more than you thought, especially in mint condition. So go ahead, dig through your collection, grab that bicentennial half dollar, and appreciate the craftsmanship, symbolism, and historic pride packed into every millimeter of that coin. That wraps up today's deep dive into the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy Half Dollar with the D mint mark. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more episodes in our Coins Numismatic series. We've got plenty more treasures from American coinage coming your way. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep the legacy of history alive, one coin at a time.